And what exactly happened?
Well, got 6:15. We had over the intercom. We had instructions for the passengers
Get in the van, boy.
to put on their life jackets and proceed to the B deck. And they did that. There was no panic. Everything went quite smoothly, and I sat around there for about 2 hours, and then we all thought there was no danger of it sinking, actually, and they had cups of tea and sandwiches, all that sort of thing. It wasn't until the last couple of hours that she started to really go.
At what stage did you really think it was serious?
About an hour and a half before she went down.
And was there any panic getting the people up?
There wasn't, not until I got onto the decks.
And then what happened?
There was a fair few on the port side, and that was the side that they shouldn't have been on, because they couldn't lower new life rafts from that side.
Any idea how many are still on board?
None as far as I know.
When they abandoned ship, me and my mate said, we'll grab a kit each. He grabbed a kit, I grabbed a kit. I lost mine when she went.
Yeah.
Larry, I haven't seen him since.
No one was left behind, were they?
As far as I know, there's quite a lot out there in jackets.
Oh, in the water?
Oh, they're picking them up now.
Are they?
What was it like actually in the lifeboat itself?
It was all right, quite good once we got in the boat, but I got into a raft, and the raft was punctured. It collapsed. We all had to bail out in the raft and make to the lifeboat, you know.
Did it collapse immediately hit the water, actually?
It was punctured before it got into the water, and when a few of us got in it, it just...
How bad was it?
Oh, it was fairly wet.
What was the reaction of the people when the call first came to abandon ship?
Well, some of them went the wrong side at first, I believe. I don't think they knew what was the starboard side from the port side. But it was okay. The crew handled it pretty good, I think.
How bad was the ship listing before you started to get off?
Pretty badly. Very badly, I would say.
How did you get down into the water?
Jumped onto the lifeboat. They lowered the lifeboats about halfway down. We jumped into them, then they lowered them the rest of the way down.
Did you see anybody in the water at all?
Yeah, when we got our lifeboat full and clear, there was a lot of people jumping in the water, especially from the stern.
Now, how did those people fare?
They were picked up by the other lifeboats. We picked some of them up.
Did you see any children at all?
Yes, the ones that came into our boat. I didn't see any in the water at all.
And how were the kiddies reacting?
Very well, I'd say.
Oh. Can I ask you what it was like out there?
It wasn't too nice in the sea.
Yes. How did you get off the boat yourself?
Got swamped.
Your lifeboat got swamped. How did you get into the lifeboat?
Had to jump.
How far did you have to jump?
From the second deck, I suppose.
Second deck. Were you frightened at all before the call came out to abandon ship that you'd have to go over the side?
Well, I think we should have been told much sooner. And the worst part was getting to the lifeboats. The deck was so slippery.
How long were you told before you had to abandon ship?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Did everybody know where to go?
We were told to go on the starboard side, but that was impossible because it was so slippery and such a list.
Were you given any drill before you went over the side? Any lifeboat drill? Was there any chance to give you lifeboat drill?
went out to have a look to see if my boat was all right on the mooring, and then we were driving around Island Bay and I saw all the cars and the ambulances turned over on the side of the road. Stopped to see if we could help anybody, and had to abandon our own truck.
Why did you have to abandon your own truck?
Well, it looked like turning over. The wind tore the bonnet off and got underneath the tray and lifted it up. So we just couldn't go anywhere near it. We feared that it would turn over when we got in it. And we went up to the first house we came to, and everybody that had been in the wrecks was there, but nobody was hurt. So,
how many cars did you see abandoned by the road there?
Well, there were 12 that were on their hoods. There's 12 cars turned over and about 4 just sitting there or lying on their sides. And fortunately, nobody was hurt. There's one down in the surf. One car was blown end for end for 200 yards and then finished up down in the water, you know. And well, that was it. The army came along then and picked everybody up and evacuated all the local houses and brought us all in here.